So currently couldn't think of a really good skit to do along with this, but I do have this guy going up on our other channel in the near future, which you can see. Right now I got some black lights on, and this guy's super duper illuminating. This is on purpose because this one's done to be kind of replicating the burning Godzilla. I kind of wanted it when he had black lights on, he would illuminate super brightly. Since you can't actually have it lighting up, so it gives you that nice like fiery look to it. And kind of was curious how this guy would look with black lights on. I just thought it was kind of neat that the coloring on the back here got a little duller, but it kind of shows you where some of the extra paint goes into, because you can see a little bit more of the whites here and there, which I thought was kind of cool. But you can also see like he's got coloring in sections you never see. Or at least I didn't see it in the review. Which I thought was pretty neat. But the blue kind of like gives off more of a purple. So I thought it was something interesting, especially if you guys have black lights at home for your stuff. Might be something to like check out some of your figures and go along with them. And like I said, I tend to like whenever I tend to do painting stuff, if I want something to kind of look illuminated and I can't light it up, we use black light paint. Black light paint, sweet. Actually, I can just show you guys what it looks like without it real quick. So here they are with just normal lighting. You can definitely tell that without the black lights on, they both look pretty much about the same in terms of just like the color variety and like the lighting effect. But with the black lights on, it's like in comparison, which it might be something like maybe they could actually look into doing, because I think that'd be kind of like a neat little gimmick for these figures to actually have. So like it gives you more display options and what have you. But yeah, looking at it, I guess you can kind of see where the color is. It just to me it all looked like kind of like charcoal, and then there's just the blue here and there. But once you get a black light on it, it's like it's odd. It's odd indeed. Hey Rangers, welcome to Super On Board Reviews. My name's Steve.
Wait, I gotta scroll my name's Arnaz.
And today we'll be going over the NECA Godzilla 2019 Atomic Blast figure. Or nuclear. Well, they don't like using nuclear anymore. It's the one that shoots the beamy beams.
I like that. The beamy beam Godzilla.
The beamy beams. Sorry we haven't really been posting anything up on here. Just a lot of stuff's been going on lately. Been trying to get around doing more Birds reviews, but with what's been happening and time constraints, just haven't really had much of a spare time to do anything. Anyways.
Oh, don't mind me, Steve. I'm posting stuff at Instagram.
That's fine. Just you're here to.
I took pictures. I have to put them up. I'm excited.
It's okay. Just was waiting for like a witty retort, and you dropped the ball.
Your face. There you go. Move on.
Alright, well anyways, this is from Godzilla King of the Monsters, if you guys didn't know. Pretty excited about this. Also, thanks NECA for sending this to us so that we are able to actually do this review. Much appreciate it. And we're just going to get into it, so without further ado, for its packaging. Really like the front of the image because it's the poster, which is great to see. Kind of wish they would have did this with the original release, because the original release's image was kind of ugly in my opinion. Awesome figure. So? Ugly image. But it's like, what image do you use? It's kind of the hard thing. And this is the one I would have originally have suggested, but because of this version, I get it. On the side here just tells you things about the figure. Has hinged jaw, blast accessory, 25 points of articulation. Back of the package just shows you the stuff that it can do, other kaijus in the line, and a little bit of a bio on this side if you guys want to pause and read. But moving on, top of the package, more Godzilla, and bottom of the package, some Lego Movie Jumbo. But anyways, let's get him up. Oh yeah, actually, before we get him opened up, he's already been opened up out of his cardboard prison, but you guys kind of open it up to get a nice image of the kaiju from inside of the package, but a lot more blue than we originally had. We did an unboxing up over on the Geek Chest, so if you guys like to keep up to date with stuff that might end up over here, definitely check out that channel. But has the water and like the destroyers in the background, so it gives you a nice little added effect for the back if you guys like to keep them in the package. But anyways, let's get into the figure. Alright, so now that we got Godzilla open up out of his cardboard prison, first and foremost we're going to go over his accessory, because we've got one and it's not his tail, even though you do have to attach that.
Here's your
this isn't the right one. Keep trying. 2 for 2. Still true.
Man, there's so many beams down here now.
Right?
Remember like a year ago we were complaining not enough beams, Steve?
You need beams for days. I cannot have enough. Every Godzilla needs to have some fireballs effects, so I go pew 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 out of his face. Anyways, for the accessories, what you get is this blooming effect for where the atomic blast is smashing into something. Kind of looks like water. Pointed that out in the unboxing. But it has a nice little, like, sort of explosion look to it. Where you got the blue splashing off to the side here. You get the white bloom in the center here. It is a separate mold piece, but for the most part, you're not going to really notice it when it's resting up against something, depending on which angle you want to point it at. One thing, and actually for the beam, really nice too. Pretty straightforward. Not too much. This has like a little bit of a spiral going on with it, but it's metallic blue. This is actually sort of translucent though, while this doesn't appear to be as much. But one thing that's a little bit of a bummer is this doesn't actually hook into here. So you can't really reliably have them like shooting straight with the bloom and having it sit it out. What you're going to need to do is have it like resting on your display case or propped up against something. Because see, there's like that little bit of a raised lip. That part kind of rests right here. So it kind of locks it into place, but it's not going to hold it.
But even on a box, they have it like up against a building, so...
Yeah, so if you got like your own little makeshift buildings, you want to press it up against another monster, it'll hold its place.
Yeah.
But just be forewarned, it's not going to do it itself, though. So you have to kind of give it some, add a little support. But what this has is a little hole on the end of the beam here. You just insert that into Godzilla's mouth. The hole is there for his tongue. If I can get him to all into the mouthpiece there. Get in his mouth. Close it up a bit. Angle it. And then boom. Got Godzilla blowing up something.
And it looks pretty good, actually.
Yeah, like, I dig it. It's kind of, like I said, I appreciate that it actually comes with the beam effect, which is great since we didn't get that with the original release, which is understandable. Like I've always said, like something like this makes more sense to have the beam because you wouldn't be doing the beam without the back illuminating. So I get the original release not having it, but like, I do like accessories. I just kind of wish that this maybe had some way of like hooking in, or even just like squeezing into there, kind of like what they did with the Monstars for where it inserts into the mouth.
Sticky tack, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but again, it's kind of like an option because, to be fair, if I was gonna just have him like shooting the beam out of his mouth, like that looks more natural than this.
Yeah. Only like put that against buildings or other monsters.
Yeah, it's like when it's shooting something. If you have your Monstars Ghidorah or even just the NECA Rodan, you can have a little bit more combat scenes. And then going over a closer look at Godzilla's details, for the most part, if you guys have seen our previous review, it's literally the exact same figure. You get the same articulated joints, same detailing. There's no like added new mold marks. But if you guys haven't, for the most part, head sculpt looks really nice. To be fair, I think it looks a little large for what we had in the film.
You think so?
It's like, this one looks to me a little big. Monstars looks a little small. So it's kind of like you get like your happy...
So you want the...
I don't have my happy medium.
You want the Jack Pacific ones, or Pacific, whatever they're called.
Sort of. It's just, to me, it seems like his neck's too thick. But, for the most part, like with this one, it doesn't have pupils.
Hey, I like what they did with the eyes, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of like a metallic blue, which it works for like the effect because it's like everything's glowing. And then you have a little bit of this light blue kind of flaring around the eyes. So it kind of gives off that illumination. Same with the inside of the mouth. It's got that metallic blue going on as well. Moving down the neck, you get his gills there. Some plating on the top, and that's where you start seeing a lot of that overwashed blue spray on the back, which is supposed to be...
like reflection?
Well, not even reflection. It's supposed to give you the illusion that it's illuminating.
Hey, on the camera, it looks really good. It looks a lot better than it is, in my opinion.
And to be fair, I think it looks good in person. Just like the camera is making the lighting look like it's reflecting it a lot more. Which the reason for that is just because this is actually all like metallic paint. So it's going to reflect light very nicely. Then there's also different shades of blue in here. Because you have some darker blue on the base of the skin, which makes sense. It's illuminating off the skin. It's not going to be the exact same coloring. But for the actual spines, you get some whites and some baby blues inside of there.
Hey,
which helps replicate the look of the film.
To be honest, I wasn't expecting this much of a detail that they put into it.
Yeah, to be fair, like I'm actually kind of digging this over the original just because of the gnarly color scheme to it.
Yeah.
Like, as a nitpick, I would maybe have toned down the blue like a little bit. Because it doesn't make as much sense to me that like the spray is going to be down here like on the stomach region. Like I think along the plating back here would have been great. Like where the larger scales section is. That would have made sense to me. But then you also get like this lightning effect coming down his legs and stuff. And same with on the arms here, which the arms, the reason why they have the blue paint on is so when he's doing his blast, it makes sense. Because he would have the light illuminating, it would hit the front of the arms.
Let me look the front of his legs.
Front of the legs are basic. It's just this dark charcoal black.
Looks like a little bit blue got splattered down there.
It's like some right there.
Yeah,
it's
a
like
little bit right there.
Yeah, there's a little bit here and there. But, like, again, sort of makes sense. You even get, like, a little bit of a lightning stripes coming down the sides of the chest.
You were wrong.
This side, you don't really get it, though.
You were wrong, and the bootleg was right with the whole lightning attack.
I get it. We made a joke in the previous video that he was doing a lightning attack, and I'm like, but he doesn't do a lightning attack in the movie. You stupid. Nope. It is, in fact, I am the stupid one. If you guys didn't watch the any of the bootleg videos, go check them out. I'll try to remember to put a card in here. But coming down the back of the tail here, too, you get a lot of that blue, which along the plated section here, bottom of the tail, not so much. A little bit of overspray, but nothing too extravagant. But I just like that there's a lot of color difference between the sectionings on the scales coming up into the spines. So, which makes sense if you're trying to get an illumination look to it. And it's like how there's like a bunch of the white in there. Like it's gorgeous. Like it's also like on your shelf too. It's very eye catching.
It is, and like that works out pretty good.
Unlike some of the other Godzillas, which are nicely detailed, but like when you have like every Godzilla lined up next to each other, they do tend to blend.
Yeah.
But the one thing that's kind of nice about the NECAs is they're not generally all charcoal. Like 62 is more of a green. You got like your burnings, your regulars, you got your atomic blasts, you got your shins. So you got a lot of variety to look at. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the new detailing. Spines look great though. Gigantic spines. Kind of reminiscent of the 54 Godzilla. Tail is very elongated. You don't get the stubby tails like the original releases. Or because for the most part, they aren't trying to keep it at a 12-inch scale anymore. So you get ball joints instead of bendy wires, which I do really like. And then it's got its elongated nails on the front here. And overall, just like a really, really awesomely detailed figure. Now, for the articulation, again, exact same thing here. Which, a little sad, because since this is the Atomic Blast, I would have loved to have been able to actually like angle him with his head up into the sky, kind of like what you see in the film and what the monster arts can replicate. This one sadly can't. So this one's like much better for like if you have the monster arts Ghidorah for battle poses with that one. I think this one would look pretty awesome next to that thing. But head can look a little up, a little bit down. Nothing too crazy.
What a wiggle.
Mouth's on a hinge, open and close. You can turn head left and right. Neck. I know you can turn it. There we go. Just a little stiff there. Arms can go up and down. A little bit in and out. You get a bend at the elbow. Rotation at the elbow. Rotation at the hand. Also on a hinge, so you can get that to go forward and back. Waist can rotate a little bit side to side. So up and down. Legs can go forward and back. Pretty much all the way around.
Ooh.
You can also rotate them a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Knee, you get a rotation. You also get a bend at the knee. Rotation at the foot. A little bit of play there. And again, tails are all on individual ball joints, so you get a lot of posability with the back section.
Overall, he has a lot of posability.
Yeah, like it's all pretty much like each joint makes sense. It's not like a bunch of extra joints in order to just have more articulation. Like what you get here, you pretty much get most of the poses you'd really want to get out of. Anyways, it's mainly just
the neck.
Yeah, the head not being able to look up, which maybe could have solved that with just having an extra head joint and just pop them on and off. But outside of that, still pretty sweet. Here's quick comparisons. Here we have Godzilla compared next to some other NECA Godzilla King of the Monsters figures with Rodan and Mothra. And here's next to some other Godzilla figures with the original release Godzilla 2019 and the poster version of the 54, or you can call the 1956 Godzilla. And here is some SH Monsters figures with GMK and 2019 Godzilla. And here's some Chinese knockoffs with the bootleg 2014 Godzilla from NECA and the not Monster Arts Showa King Ghidorah. And here's some Revoltech Kaijus with Gigan and Anguirus. Poor Anguirus. So overall with the NECA 2019 Atomic Blast Godzilla, this guy's fantastic. I like the new paint job that they did with him. I think it actually makes him stand out a lot more than the original one did. And I like that he comes with added accessories, and he's pretty much the same price.
Now, any true Godzilla fan should have both of them. But if you can only afford one, go for this one, definitely.
I will say that I'm not usually a big fan of the word true Godzilla fan, because I'm like, you're a Godzilla fan, you're a Godzilla fan. There's not like one thing that makes you superior. Like, oh, I got both the NECA Godzillas, that makes me the superior fan.
Oh, I'm reacting to the comment, Steve. Somebody said that we were not true Godzilla fans.
Yeah, well, you get that from many people. It's dumb.
You guys are not.
It's like, I'm pretty sure that most people, on average, don't have nearly as much Godzilla stuff, let alone just stuff collectibles in general than I do. And it's like, would that make me more of a Godzilla fan? No. Because I have a little bit of a bigger budget to work with?
No, it was just that one comment was like, you guys are not true Godzilla fans. That's not blah, 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 this and that. It's this and that. And I'm like, you know what?
No, it's, if you're a fan, you're a fan. You don't like, say you didn't like this movie, cool story. You're still a Godzilla fan at the end.
Yeah.
Like, you like some Godzilla, you're still a fan of it. You don't have to like everything, which is great. It's kind of like this, like, people that watch our stuff in general. Like, I'm sure, like, not everybody likes every single one of our videos. Which is fine.
You guys are monsters.
Even though you should. But anyways, getting back on track. If you guys haven't picked up this figure, I definitely recommend it, especially if you really enjoyed the new movie. And to be fair, I like it better than the original release. Like Arnett says, if you can only pick up one, this would be the one to get. What do you guys think? If you guys picked up this figure, what's your favorite King of the Monsters figure? Shin Godzilla, just more think? Please let us know in the comments. We also have an Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, and Facebook if you guys like to keep up to date with the channel and also donate. Greatly would appreciate it. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.